This is going to be a travel / whitewater video. It's going to be about hygiene. Good friend of mine, might be a little bit more elderly than me and still guiding a bit, is having an earache. And it gave me thought that I lost my ear wash kit in the Helena flood with my bathroom and my whole house, but that's besides the point. The secret to dealing with this, especially if you have surface ear like me from playing in cold water for many decades, apparently I like to ear dip on my right side more, so it is more constricted by bone growth, making the ear canal smaller, so it traps water easier. So what you need is a 2-part mixture, 50% each, 91% rubbing alcohol and white vinegar, just like you cook with. I'm going to show you how to do it. Here are my ingredients. Here's the distilled white vinegar. Here's the 91% rubbing alcohol. And here's some containers. I couldn't find anything less fancy. And these are also 100 milliliters, which makes them legal as fluids if you travel through TSA. They're 3.4 ounces each. I can't find my measuring cup. Maybe I lost it in the flood too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out 100 milliliters of each of the 2 ingredients. Then I'm going to put them in my nice stainless steel Yeti cup and mix them. And then I'm going to fill 2 of these. So first I'm going to measure out 100 milliliters of distilled white vinegar. And I'm going to add the vinegar into the clean stainless steel cup. And next, going to measure out the rubbing alcohol. Measuring 91% alcohol. Since you're mixing it 50-50, you do not want to use the 72%. That won't be quite strong enough. I got this prescription or cure for ear problems from Dr. Mary Dexter, who happens to be a sea kayaker. And she played in a lot of cold water too. So I had a fungal infection because in the past, I was just using alcohol. And if you buy any of the swimmer ear kits at the grocery store, that's all that's in them. Yeah, that's what I was using. They don't have vinegar, and your ear canal naturally should be acidic. And if it is acidic, you will not have a fungal infection. So this is the trick. See, both of them are down in here, mixing together. And next I'm going to measure that off as cleanly as I can without using a funnel, because I don't have one, into these 2 containers, seal them. One I'm going to keep here, quote, my home in Polk County, North Carolina. The other one's going to go with me to Polk County, Tennessee, so I can clean my ears out after work. After you've made this mixture, this will help dry your ear and leave it acidic to prevent fungal infections. Gotta like squeeze your ear around, make sure it works down there. This is my good ear. This one has a big ear canal. This is my left. You let it all run out. It's probably more graceful to do this in your shower in the mornings or in the evenings. Just doing this demonstration, it won't hurt you. And it's a little more difficult doing this lefty in my right ear. Oh yeah, it went in there. I felt it. And squeeze it around. I can hear it bubbling. Then let it out. If you got an infection in your ear, hydrogen peroxide will work. But if you have a fungal infection, hydrogen peroxide will not work. And hydrogen peroxide will not dry your ear out. So if you got a problem because your ear's wet and you're just putting peroxide in it, that might do it all. That may not do what you need done. But you should consult your doctor. Even better if your doctor happens to be a boater, like the one I had that gave me this cure. I've been using this solution for almost 20 years, and I haven't had any ear infections since. So, if you play in cold water like me, you should wear earplugs. I don't.